The dimly lit tent sways with the wind outside, but within the stillness is almost suffocating. Lanterns flicker, casting long wavering shadows against the heavy fabric, the light catching on the gleam of steel and the sharp angles of furrowed brows. Tensions thicken the air, pressing down like a storm about to break. Maximus paces, his movements restless, agitated, his hands raking through his hair as though trying to untangle his own thoughts. The ground beneath his boots creaks, the rhythm of his steps uneven, betraying frustration. Across from him, Paldrok remains seated, perched on a low wooden stool. Unlike Maximus, he is unnervingly composed. The slow, deliberate strokes of his dagger against the whetstone create a steady, rasping sound, methodical, almost taunting. Silence hangs between them, but it is the kind that crackles alive with unspoken words, with the weight of what is to come. An argument? A debate? The air itself seems to hold its breath, waiting for the first strike, whether of words or steel, remains uncertain. This is a calamity, Paldrok, an absolute catastrophe. The Caravan thrives on spectacle, on attraction, on the kind of enchantment only a true belly dancer can bring. And yet, nothing. No takers, not a single willing soul.
We've had our share of misfortunes before, Maximus. This is just another stone in the road. We'll find a way through it.
A stone in the road? A stone in the road? This isn't some minor inconvenience, Paldrok. This is the heart of the show, the very essence of our appeal. The merchants expect it, the nobles demand it, and without it, we're just another dreary band of wanderers peddling trinkets and stories no one cares to hear.
And yet, here we are. The world hasn't ended.
I don't understand it. We put out notices, spread word through every town, every village. We offer food, shelter, coin, more than fair payment, and still they avoid us like plague-ridden beggars.
Because they know better.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means people aren't fools, Maximus. They hear stories. They know the dangers of the road. Bandits, treacherous lords, ill-tempered kings. A belly dancer is a jewel in the open, and the world is filled with hands eager to steal what shines.
What do you suggest then? That we simply give up? Pack up the tent? Roll up the banners and admit defeat?
Not at all, but coercion isn't the answer. Pulling reluctant hearts into the fold will only breed resentment, fear, and betrayal.
Then what? What do we do, Paldrok? Sit here like statues and wait for gods to drop performers into our laps?
No. We do what we have always done. We make them want to be part of this caravan. Not by force, not by desperation, but by promise.
Promise?
A dancer does not dance for coin alone, Maximus. They dance for the rhythm of life, for the music that stirs the soul, for the enchantment in the eyes of those who watch. That is what we must offer, not just a stage, not just wages, but a dream. One worth risking the road for.
A dream, huh?
Dreams move people, Maximus. Chains do not.
So, you have your great wisdom, your endless patience. Tell me, Paldrok, what exactly is this miraculous plan of yours? How do we inspire people to join us when they won't even look our way?
We stop looking for dancers.
What?
We stop searching for belly dancers. Instead, we search for dreamers.
Oh, for the love of... What nonsense is this? Dreamers? We don't need dreamers. We need performers. People who can captivate a crowd, who can...
And what is a performer if not a dreamer who has found their stage? Right now, we are calling for belly dancers, an already rare and vulnerable breed. You think they're simply ignoring us? No, Maximus, they're hiding, afraid, doubtful.
And what, exactly, will calling for dreamers accomplish?
It will stir curiosity. We invite artists, poets, musicians, and those who have never danced before, but have always wished to. Those who crave something beyond their small, stagnant lives. We call for aspiration, not obligation.
And then what? We train a bunch of awkward, stumbling old fools and expect them to captivate the nobility? This isn't a charity, Paldrok. This is business.
A business thrives when it grows beyond its limitations. Think, if we build a spectacle, not just with experienced dancers, but with fresh talent, if we let these newcomers mould something unique, something the world has never seen before, then everyone will want to be a part of it.
Something the world has never seen before.
A festival, a gathering of fire and silk, of music and movement. Not just another caravan with the same performances as every other. A place where anyone, no matter their station, no matter their past, can step forward and become something more.
And you think this will make them come to us?
I don't think. I know.
You always do.
A man who plants seeds does not despair when he doesn't see sprouts the next morning. He knows the roots must take hold first, beneath the earth where no one can see.
A festival of fire and silk.
Now that, my friend, is a dream worth chasing.
The lanterns burn low, their flickering glow stretching shadows into jagged shapes that dance along the fabric walls of the tent. Outside, the night breathes softly distant murmurs from the caravan, threading through the silence like whispers of unseen spectators, as if even the darkness itself waits to witness what unfolds. Maximus stands unmoving now, arms folded tightly across his chest, his brow knit in deep contemplation. The storm within him has not passed, it has merely settled, swirling beneath the surface, unseen but no less dangerous. The weight of his thoughts dragged the air between them into something heavy, something taut with unspoken tension. Paldrok watches him, his gaze sharp, searching. He knows that look, recognizes the silent churn of ideas taking shape. But something in the set of Maximus's shoulders, in the steel of his jaw, unsettles him. He sees it clearly, the wrong wheels turning. A festival, I see. We make it grand, bigger than any caravan before us. Banners stretching for miles, fires lighting up the sky, a spectacle so overwhelming that people will have no choice but to come to us.
No.
No.
This is not about grandiosity. It's not about overwhelming people, Maximus. That's how tyrants build their kingdoms. This is about invitation, inspiration.
Then what are you saying, Paldrok? Because I hear festival, I hear dreamers, and I think of something larger than life, something that commands attention.
No. not commands. Calls.
Explain.
You want belly dancers, yes? You want them to come willingly, but they won't? Because right now, all they see is a business looking for performers. A deal. A transaction. What we offer must be more than that. It must be a home, a place where they are more than just dancers. Right now, they don't see that. They see risk. They see uncertainty. They see a man desperate to fill a role. Not a man building a world they want to be part of.
Go on.
We don't demand they come. We let them see what they're missing. Not banners, not overwhelming fire and noise. A whisper, not a shout. A whisper that says, come, see, become. We make them curious. We make them wonder. We make them feel that if they don't come to us, they're missing something only we can offer. We don't chase them, Maximus. We make them chase us.
So, we don't force the dream on them.
No. We let them dream it themselves.
I understand.
Do you?
Damn you, Paldrok. You and your damn wisdom.
That's why you keep me around.
Silence settles over the tent like a heavy shroud, disturbed only by the faint crackling of the lantern flames. The air is thick with unspoken words, with the weight of a decision yet to be made. Shadows flicker along the fabric walls, stretching and shifting like restless spectres. Maximus stands motionless, arms still folded, his gaze fixed on the ground as if the answers he seeks might be written in the dust beneath his boots. Tension in his posture is unmistakable. This is not a man at peace, but a man wrestling with the very nature of his beliefs. Paldrok watches, unmoving, but understanding. He has seen this before, the hesitation, the resistance, the relentless need for proof before conviction. Maximus is a man of action, a man who does not place faith in things unseen. But Paldrok, ever the pragmatist, knows this battle well. He knows exactly how to cut through the doubt, how to place a truth before Maximus that he cannot ignore.
You still don't believe it, do you?
Ah, I want to, Paldrok, I do. But dreams don't fill coin purses, and words, no matter how pretty, don't put food on the table.
And yet, here we stand, not in chains, not bankrupt, not starving. And why do you think that is?
Because you're the one keeping the books and making sure I don't gamble our last coin away.
True. However, there's more to it than that. Maximus, I have stood by you for years. I've watched you chase the dreams of fame and fortune like a man chasing the wind, always just out of reach. I have pulled you from trouble, dragged you from disaster, and I have done it because I believe in you. But you are not a patient man. You want to see results. You want to see proof. You want to know that when you reach for something, you can grasp it now. Not tomorrow, not next season. Now. And that is why you struggle with this idea. Because it does not give you immediate results. But let me ask you this. What have immediate results ever given you?
What?
All those times you leapt before looking. All the schemes that promised quick wealth, quick success. Where did they lead you? Nowhere. They led you nowhere. What has kept you afloat? What has brought you this far are the things that took time. You want belly dancers? You want a show that will set the world ablaze? You want the dream? Then let the damn thing breathe, Maximus. Let it grow. Because if you keep chasing after the quickest way to get what you want, you will wake up one day and realize you've spent a lifetime running and never once stopped to build something worth having.
Damn you, Paldrok.
Again? I thought we'd already established that.
All right. Fine. We do it your way.
No, Maximus. We do it the right way.
The tent is quieter now, the storm of frustration having passed, leaving behind a charged stillness. The air no longer crackles with tension, but something else lingers, an unspoken battle, still waging in the space between them. The lanterns burn steadily, their glow softer now, no longer casting wild, restless shadows. Maximus remains where he stands, arms crossed, his expression unreadable, though the weight of his thoughts is evident. He is still turning Paldrok's words over in his mind, still measuring their weight, still searching for an angle that suits him. Paldrok watches him carefully, his patience unwavering. He knows his friend too well. Agreement in theory is not the same as acceptance. Just because Maximus has nodded does not mean he is not already plotting another way, his own way, and sure enough. Alright, I hear you. We do this with honesty, with truth, with, what was it? Decency? Respect?
That is what I said, yes.
Still, we do need performers, and I do know a few women who might fit the role. Arabella, Octavia, Varla, each of them more than capable dancers, skilled, experienced. I could...
No.
No?
No, Maximus. Just because they can dance does not mean that's what they want.
It's not coercion, Paldrok. I'd be offering them a chance.
A chance they never asked for. Arabella, Octavia, Varla. Do they dance because they love it? Because they want to express themselves? No. They dance because it is a tool, a skill honed for necessity, for subterfuge, for survival. And you know it. They are spies, assassins, thieves. They dance to control a room, to manipulate a mark, to be unseen while being the center of attention. They dance because they must, not because they dream. Would you truly drag them from that world, force them onto a different stage, just because it suits your desires? Yes, we've been over that. We do it the right way.
Damn you, Paldrok. Fine. No Maximite Guild members. No tricks, no deception. But tell me then, Paldrok, how do we do it?
First we talk, not just to belly dancers, but to everyone. We open our doors to people of all genders, all identities, all backgrounds. Anyone who has ever felt the rhythm of music in their soul, but never had a place to let it breathe. We don't demand. We invite. We create a space where no one is judged, no one is forced. No one is merely playing a role to survive. There will be no hidden contracts, no veiled obligations. No one signed up expecting one thing and getting another. They will know from the very first step what they are walking into. No surprises, no shocks. We do not call this a job. We do not call it a performance. We call it what it truly is. A chance to be something more. We offer a stage, not a cage. And when they come, and they will come, it won't be because we dragged them there. It won't be because we promised them gold or glory. It will be because they want to be here, because they feel safe, because they see a place where they can be seen as more than what the world has told them they must be. This is how we do it, Maximus. With truth, with honor, with dignity. And if you cannot abide by that, then we stop here.
All right.
All right?
We do it your way.
No, Maximus. We do it the right way.
The tent remains still, the weight of the conversation settling, but its conclusion still out of reach. The lanterns flicker lazily now, their glow steady but subdued, casting soft shadows that stretch and fade with each wavering breath of flame. The air is not tense, but it is expectant. Something unspoken lingers, something unfinished. Paldrok studies Maximus, his gaze sharp, measuring. Words alone will never be enough. He knows this man too well, knows that Maximus moves on instinct, on impulse. Agreement means nothing if, in the next breath, he follows his own course regardless. No, Paldrok needs more than words. He needs certainty. He needs to know that Maximus is not merely hearing, but listening, truly listening. He needs proof, not of agreement, but of understanding. And so, as the silence stretches, as the space between them draws taut with quiet expectation, Paldrok sets his trap, not one of deception, but of revelation.
All right, let's put this to the test.
A test?
Yes. Let's say we go forward with this. We open the doors. We invite people from all walks of life. Artists, dreamers, outcasts, anyone with the fire in their soul to dance. And let's say one day someone steps forward. They're not trained, they're not graceful, but they want to learn, they want to be a part of this. What do you do?
We train them, mold them into something worthy of a stage.
But what if they never become great? What if, no matter how much they train, they lack the elegance, the finesse? Would you still let them dance?
If they don't have the skill, then what is the point?
The point is not the skill, Maximus. The point is freedom. If we are truly offering a place of dreams, then it is not our place to decide who is worthy of the stage. They decide that. The audience will decide that. And even if they are not the best, even if they stumble and falter, if they dance because it brings them joy, because it lets them become more than what they were, then who are we to take that away? So, I ask you again, if they are not great, if they are not flawless, if they are simply themselves, would you still let them dance?
You always do this.
Do what?
Make me think when I don't want to. If they have the passion, if they have the desire, then yes, I would let them dance.
Then we have something real.
You're a damn clever bastard, you know that?
It's been mentioned.
We do it your way.
No, Maximus. We do it the right way.
The conversation seems to be winding down, the charged air within the tent shifting into something steadier, something more tangible. The frustration that once crackled between them has dimmed, replaced by a reluctant understanding, one that neither man will openly acknowledge, but both can feel the settling into place. Maximus remains still, arms still folded, his expression unreadable. He would never admit it outright, but Paldrok's words have begun to take root. The logic is sound, the wisdom undeniable, and yet there is something in him, something stubborn, something instinctual that resists. He does not like how easily Paldrok unravels his arguments, does not enjoy the way his friend so effortlessly disarms him without reason. Perhaps it is defiance, or perhaps it is curiosity. One last test to see if Paldrok truly is as immovable as he seems. Whatever the reason, Maximus exhales, shifts his weight, and with a measured glance, offers one final challenge. Alright then, wise one, riddle me this. Let's say we get the dancers, we get the dreamers, the performers, the misfits, longing for a stage. And let's say some of them don't want to wear traditional costume. What if they don't want to dress the way we would expect? What if they refuse to don the silks, the jewellery, the veils? What if they want to dance in trousers, in armour, in nothing but a damn scarf? What then, Paldrok?
Then they dance however they choose.
That's it. No debate.
What is there to debate?
It's about tradition, Paldrok. A belly dancer's costume is part of the spectacle. The movement, the shimmer of the fabric, the sway of...
Tradition is not a cage, Maximus. It is a foundation. And foundations are meant to support, not suffocate. The art is not in the costume. The art is the movement, the expression, the soul behind it. If a dancer needs silk and bells to feel whole, then let them wear it. If another finds freedom in bare feet and plain linen, then so be it. If they wish to carve a new style from the old to fuse tradition with invention, then we do not deny them. We let them create. We let them be seen as they wish to be seen. That is what you agreed to, isn't it? You don't like this answer, do you?
I don't like how easily you come up with these damn answers.
I prepare for the questions before you even think to ask them.
Smoke. Bastard.
This was never about control, Maximus. It was never about forcing them into a role, into a mould, into a pre-written script of what a dancer is supposed to be. It was always about freedom, expression. If you want a real spectacle, if you want something no one will ever forget, then let the dancers be themselves, because that is what people will come to see.
Fine. We do it the right way.
Now you're starting to get it.
The tension in the tent has shifted. It no longer crackles with challenge or resistance, but settles into something resolute, something real. The battle of words is over, not won, not lost, but resolved in the way only a true understanding can bring. The flickering of lanterns cast a softer light now, as if sensing the shift. Their glow steady against the fabric walls. Maximus, for all his stubbornness, has finally grasped the truth, not just in words, but in something deeper, something undeniable. The fight within him has quieted, not in surrender, but in acceptance. And Paldrok, for all his patience, for all his pragmatism, he now sees what he has been waiting for. Not just reluctant agreement, but true understanding. He knows at last that his friend is listening, and that means for the first time in their long history, the balance between them has changed. For the first time, Paldrok can do something he has never truly done before. He can lead.
Good. Then we begin.
Just like that.
You expected something more dramatic?
With you? No. You'd rather win quietly and let me realise later. This is your game now, isn't it?
It always was.
You're taking the reins on this.
Yes.
So, what does that make you then? The creative director of this little enterprise?
Call it what you will, you are still the face, the voice, the master of ceremonies. You will bring in the coin, negotiate the contracts, charm the crowds. You will run the caravan. But I will build it. I will shape what it becomes. I will make sure it is worth more than a fleeting show. And if we do it right, if we truly create something that lasts, then even long after the banners fall and the crowds move on, people will still remember what we have built.
Then it's yours.
That easy?
I know when I'm outmatched. You take the creative reins. The vision, the artistry, the soul of this thing, that's all yours. But don't think for a second that means you're off the hook when that coin needs counting.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Then, let's give them a show they'll never forget.
No, Maximus. Let's give them a show they will never stop talking about.
The lanterns flicker, casting long stretching shadows against the fabric of the tent, their light soft but steady in the stillness. Outside, the desert night hums with the distant murmurs of the caravan, unaware of the shift that has taken place within this quiet space, unaware that in this moment something fundamental has changed. The stage has been set, the game has shifted, and at long last Maximus and Paldrok are no longer merely partners in business. They are co-creators of something far greater, a force neither could have predicted alone. This is the true turning point. Maximus remains Maximus, the face, the financier, the voice of the caravan. He will always be that. He will always hold the reins when it comes to the logistics, the structure, the money. But Paldrok is now the mind. He has won something far greater than simple argument. He has won the direction, the very heartbeat of this endeavour. Maximus will always wield influence. He will always control the business side of things. But when it comes to the artistry, the soul, the purpose of this new venture, Paldrok will now hold the reins. And for once, Maximus is not fighting it, because deep down, he knows Paldrok was always one step ahead.